Good morning. Inflation happens when there exists a large magnitude of monetary units in a particular system, closed system, and okay, people have too much money. Basically, there exists. Um, there exists too much credit, and well, the amount of uh, this the amount of credit that does exist exceeds the amount of physical products on a market, such that, well, because everybody has a lot of money and the physical products on the market are exceeded by uh, the amount of credit, prices have to increase. Prices for the uh, uh, physical products on the market have to increase. Okay, so I mean, I've noticed that I have noticed this lately. I mean, the cost of a coffee at McDonald's, or the cost of a decent meal at McDonald's, increases all the time, right? What it appears, I mean, just from memory, just a few years ago, I could get a decent hamburger for $5, and well, today the cost of a hamburger is something like $8. So yeah, inflation is a lot like that. And well, as I said, the inflation is due to basically, uh, if I am to use old school terminology, the printing of money. But well, today we pay with credit cards, so we're not talking about printing money anymore. We're talking about credit that uh, appears on someone's account, credit that appears on somebody's account from basically nowhere. So I guess I could imagine somebody like me had a no limit credit card. I mean, I could basically have a lot of fun, right? Um, but um, this does come at a cost, right? I mean, in order to consume, I do have to produce. So like one cannot consume an unlimited amount of credit, because, well, somebody will have to produce the physical products that somebody else consumes. So that's basically these are the basics. These are the ABCs. I think in relation to this topic, I think what is important, I've noticed. Okay, so we're talking about a new world order, a great reset, that will be generated by this so-called COVID pandemic. By this, we're talking about a great reset, a new world order, and well, what is important in relation to this notion of inflation is to, in my opinion, is to pay by cash, um, as much as possible. Okay, and of course, if we do have scenarios in which somebody comes in a closed system with a huge briefcase of cash, and well, they can do all sorts of mischievous things with that, with the briefcase in question. But okay, um, I propose this. Um, I propose we secure our cash with a chip. Okay, a chip which encodes the particular series, the particular serial number of the cash note in question, and it does so in a secret fashion, and it does so at a very high magnitude of bit precision, I guess. And well, as soon as these codes get broken, the money get of course the notes, the bank notes in question will get back to the national bank, and uh, more powerful chips shall get inserted in at a rate of 2 or 3 years or so. Okay, so every 2 or 3 years we replace the chips in question, the chips on the on the money, on the cash, and we replace the chips with more powerful chips, more powerful encodings. Okay, so yeah, one of the things that I've noticed, one of the things that I have noticed in relation to this COVID pandemic is that everybody pays by cards, which is very bad. Credit can be inserted these days by a very simple database insertion procedure. Okay, and that is highly bad. It is highly bad for people that work, I guess. It is highly bad for people that actually produce physical products, right? It's and we in it is good. It is highly bad for workers, and it is uh, highly good for parasites and parasitical creatures, I guess. Um, so I would like to see more ATMs. Okay, I all of a sudden all of the automatic teller machines in my neighborhood have disappeared. So I I cannot carry cash with me anymore, and that is problematic. Okay, that is highly problematic. I would like to see more ATMs around us. Okay. As for I mean, cards are not necessarily bad. Paying by card is not necessarily bad. Uh, as long as the bank in question, as long as my bank is situated in the country where I live, okay, it's uh, and as long as my account can be verified, I guess paying by card may not necessarily be that bad, though paying by cash in the manner which I have described is preferable. All right. Um, so in order to verify someone's account, I guess, um, banks can introduce crawlers. Okay, so um, we are able to introduce uh, uh, financial crawlers, and well, these crawlers are highly should be these crawlers should be highly confidential, right? They're just simple machines, simple accounting machines that compute totals, sums, differences, totals on somebody's account, and they detect when an influx of money or an influx of credit has entered someone's account, and that influx of credit cannot be justified. Okay, so and then a red light pops up, and an alarm pops up, and we are able to identify possible dodgy financial behavior. Okay, and I these 2 points, so pay by cash, and in case you pay by cards, in case you pay by card, just introduce a mechanism for verification. These 2 points that I have just made right now cannot be stressed enough. I cannot overemphasize the importance of these the two remarks that I have just made. Otherwise, okay, we will end up in a world in which people that work, okay, people that produce, people that actually produce stuff will slowly and surely be asphyxiated, I guess, by all sorts of parasitical creatures, and that thing is not good.